Welcome back to Moto Picnic. I'm Andy. I've got Becky here with me and her Royal Enfield Meteor 350. You know, the question that we get is, can you ride two people on that Meteor 350? It's a little bit of a smaller engine, but I think we can get both of us down the road on that thing. We're going to find out for you right now. All right, you ready?
Ready.
All right, uphill we go. That was a second gear takeoff. So taking off uphill in a turn, second gear, it still worked. Let's put it in first here for this one. Yeah, I just don't have a problem with it. I mean, it gets me off the line and it gets us going, and I really don't feel the passenger on the back that much. And it fits us both pretty well. Still super skinny and super able to get in into the bike lane here and just make the easy turn. No problem. No problem except the noise of the wind in my microphone, but no problem. I've got one here in the studio. You know, she had a couple of inches to move around in the back, and I didn't feel too scrunched in on. We were pretty comfortable on that bike, the two of us, and I'm a pretty big guy. Let's see if I can beat this Mustang. Nope. Yeah, racing a Mustang is not really probably the point for one rider or two riders on a Meteor 350. But that's not really the point. You see that I'm keeping up with traffic. I'm doing the speed limit, and I had a little bit more in the tank if I needed to give it a little more juice. But not a lot of juice. I mean, I could have sped up to a greater speed, but it would have taken a while to get there. And that's kind of what this street was asking for. So, no problem. Looks like the Mustang's going to make that light. I'm going to sit and wait this one out. Now, if I was on my bigger bike, I probably would have been up with that Mustang and through the light, and that's okay. The fact is, we were as fast as we need to be, as fast as we legally could be anyway, and that's fine. Here we go again. I didn't have a problem in the turns. The handling and the cornering was pretty good, actually. The suspension was a little out of whack, as you would expect, because we just plopped a 260-pound guy on that bike and a little more than tripled the weight that you would normally see on that bike with just the single rider who normally rides it. So, okay, fair game to say that the suspension was not set up the way it might be. However, look at us go. I mean, we're taking the turns, we're really not bouncing or pogo sticking or doing any of that stuff. Of course, we're also not riding that fast. We're just doing the speed limit. But it's really a pretty good ride. So yeah, it keeps up with traffic just nice. I wouldn't say it pulls away from traffic with two of us on, but it's keeping up with traffic. I'm really not having a hard time at all. If all I'm trying to do is keep up with traffic and to keep up to the speed limit, this is not even a little bit of a problem. It's super easy. But if I'm trying to race around like I am on a bike, and maybe I shouldn't be doing that with somebody on the back anyway, this is not the bike. All right, let's see how she's feeling about it now that we've got a little time at the stoplight. How you feeling back there, Becky?
I'm very good.
Nice. Is it comfortable?
Yeah. Really good. I'd rather be driving, but it's okay.
Well, soon we will pick up the second bike, and yes, you'll be riding this machine for yourself. But now we know it can be done with 2 people on board. Cool. So there it is, the Meteor 350. How did it feel to ride on the back?
It was good. It was fine, comfy, didn't hurt my back at all. Had plenty of room on the back of the pad. Didn't feel like it was lugging at all. Felt really smooth, just like when I rode.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that it did very well. I don't usually ride the bike. I have ridden the bike, and I've got a video where I test rode the bike for you. But I felt like it was a little bit slower than you would normally want it in traffic. I didn't really beat the cars off the line, but I was able to hold the line. I was able to hold the speed with everybody, and could certainly get up to speed and hold with traffic as much as I needed to do in town. I probably wouldn't want to ride 2 up on the freeway, but I could. I think that I could. I mean, I could do 60 miles an hour pretty easily with it and just hold that. But I think that's a lot to ask for this little bike, but it's possible, it's capable. And that's what's cool about this bike. In town, 2 up, no problem. And guess what? She even had a backpack, so we could have got groceries. Look at that. And by the way, did anybody notice her very cool bar end mirrors with the Royal Enfield emblem? What do you think?
Oh, I love them. They're so much better.
Yeah, stable too. Really good mirrors. Where'd you get them?
Amazon, I think.
That was helpful. Thank you. All right, so I picked up my man bike, and she's gonna ride home on the Enfield. So I'll go, we'll see you together. We're gonna ride separately. And thanks again for Moto Picnic. Let me go find my man bike.
Oh, that's pretty cool though. 1800, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. What size is it? What size motor is it? For displacement.
That was a funny video, me scrolling by all those guys on this Navi. I wish I had your camera on it or something behind me. That would have been funny.